So this season is Freelance Duck Hunting season number 5, and this year I am posting videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 o'clock Central, so make sure to tune in at that time. Now I want to give a special shout out to a couple patrons over at my funding site called Patreon. It's a place where I load extra content. There's all sorts of stuff over there that I've uploaded over the last 3 years for you to take. So head on over to Patreon and check that out. I would like to give a special shout out to Derek Dennehy and Michael Nave, N-A-V, Nave, or Navy, I can't pronounce his last name, but those two guys have been around at Patreon for so long, and I want to give a special shout out to you two. Thank you so much for being part of the Patreon community. I will put a Patreon link in the description below. So today I thought that I would run through the cameras that I'm using this season to film hunts. It's not something I've ever done before, but I've had a lot of questions. What cameras are you using? What are you using? What are you using? So I thought I would just run through that really quickly, and I'm going to start from season 1 and kind of move forward. I'm talking about these cameras. I'm going to go ahead and just show you some footage from each camera so you get an idea of kind of what they look like. So the first camera that I started with was a JVC Evero, and I used that all season 1. It's about a $250 camera. Not a bad little camera, but it's certainly, the image quality is about $250 worth of camera. So after season 1, I decided that I needed to upgrade a little bit, so I purchased the Panasonic HCV 770. Now, some of the benefits of the HCV 770 is for a $500 camera, and that's what it is, about $400 to $550 range. The image quality for that price range, it has excellent video quality, and there was a big step up from season 1 to season 2. If you watch those videos, and you can tell that the camera quality is just a lot better. The thing I love about this camera, and I still use it today, is that it's got a night light on it. So if you flip the night light on and you open it up, you can film at night before the hunt. And if you watch waterfowl videos, that's one thing you notice is guys really struggle in the dark. There's a lot of where you're not seeing their face and everything. The Panasonic, I love that aspect of it. Anytime I want to film, I just pop it open and it shines everything. So, and I also really like its size. It's a nice small little camera. So what I do is I'll wear a vest and I'll put it right on the inner pocket of the vest or under the vest. And anytime I want to pull that sucker out, I just pull it out and I start filming. So typically, before the hunt, in the morning and before the sun comes up, I'm using that Panasonic because it's light, it's easy, I can do all of my work and still have it on my chest and pop it out whenever I want. The third camera I use, I'm going to show you, is the GoPro Hero 4. Now I'm really looking to upgrade this camera because 4 is pretty old and the stabilization is not as good and the image quality is not as good. So I do want to upgrade the Hero Silver 4, but it has been a really good little camera for me. Now I like GoPros. I don't want to make the GoPro the main camera that I use to get kill shots, but I do really enjoy it and use it from time to time. I use the GoPro kind of like insurance, so if I'm unable to get a kill shot with the main camera, then we've got the GoPro set up and it can still get that footage. So, or there's sometimes when I'm hunting by myself, or honestly, sometimes I just want to pull the trigger and I don't want to film, and that's when I use the GoPro Hero 4. Now you can get a GoPro Hero 4 for about $114 or so. I think that's what I saw online. So if your budget is really low and you don't want to get one of these brand new, Hero 7s or whatever, then you can go ahead and pick up an older model GoPro, and it can still do the job. Now the main camera that I use to try to get kill shots with is my JVC G40. Now this camera prices out at about $1,200. I got this right in between season 3 and season, and I really, really like this camera. It was a big step up from me from the Panasonic. Although I will say, if you look at the Panasonic video right next to the Canon Vixia, it's not as much of an upgrade as what you would think. That little Panasonic has really nice image quality. But where it really, really shines is in low light situations. Now, as you know, there's a lot of shots and action that happen in the first 30 minutes of a hunt to an hour. And the Canon Vixia G40 does an excellent job in low light. So in this clip here, this was like before even sunrise. So this was a gray, cloudy day before the sun was actually up. We've got that 30-minute shooting time range where before sunup you can shoot 30 minutes until the sun rises, and that footage is from those gray, cloudy days. As you can see, for it, the sun not being up and it being such a cloudy day, this is really good footage. So that is where the Canon really shines is the low light, and that's where it separates itself from the Panasonic. This is a little bit bigger camera, not quite as easy to get under a vest, but you still can do it. But the Panasonic is a lot easier to carry around, but still not a huge camera and still manageable and easy to use. Also, the Canon is much more durable than the little Panasonic. You can just tell even when you have it in your hand. It's the camera I'm using right now. If you have it in your hand, it's just built a lot more solid, built to last, so I think it's a lot more durable. But it doesn't have a night light. Man, I wish this thing had a night light. So there's no way to flip it open like the little Panasonic and flash up the night. Now, you can always use a flashlight when you do it, but it's just so nice and convenient when your video camera has a way to light up the dark. So that is a definite downside. Now, the last camera, and this is an addition this year, and this is actually a partner sponsor for the Duck Gun podcast. If you haven't seen the Duck Gun podcast, it's Jordan Fromer and myself. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can go listen to. We've got over 100 episodes just talking waterfowl, so go check it out. So Shotkam is an official sponsor of the Duck Gun podcast, but this has been such a great upgrade to my videos. It just fixes right underneath the barrel. It is high quality, and the only thing I'm trying to use for this is just kill shots and just try to get some. You guys have seen them, so that's a great addition. So those are the cameras that I'm using this year. I'm always looking to upgrade. I think my next major upgrade down the road, I'll probably go to about a $2,500 camera. I'm constantly trying to step, but I don't know when that's going to be. I'm pretty happy with my setup right now. But if you have any questions for me about any of these cameras or any others, please put them down in the description and we'll talk about it. Don't forget, go over there and check out Patreon and see what we've got going over there, because I certainly could use some support with all this stuff. As you can see, it gets pretty pricey to make these videos. So thanks again, and don't forget, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2 o'clock, episodes coming out. Thank you.